Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're actually going to wrap up this test, which we are currently doing. This is going to be at the 7-week mark. So pretty surprising that these have lasted as long as they did. But yeah, quickly to wrap up what we have been doing, we've got a bunch of ceramic quick detailers here. These are basically sold to be used as toppers for either your wax, spray sealant or ceramic coating. In our case here, what we've done is we're topping them on top of the ceramic coating. So I had someone reach out last week from the video and they didn't quite understand how it all worked. So I'll quickly go through it again, especially being the last video in the series. So this whole top section above where the writing is has been compounded and then ceramic coated with CarPro Seaquartz UK 3.0. So I should say the whole panel has been compounded. Then just the top half was ceramic coated. It then was left for around 6 to 8 weeks for the coating to cure properly. We then brought it out to the garage and we stripped it off into these sections. So it was taped up. So this hole with a little section in the middle which is untouched where the writing is. And then say this whole section here, we have just the coating at the top and we have just the plain compounded paint at the bottom. Because then here from this section on we have the products. We have CarPro Elixir, which is on top of the coating up here, and then also at the bottom on the base bare paint, and then so on for the rest of the products, which are CarPro Elixir that I already mentioned, the Geon Ceramic Detailer, Lithium Color Crush, Mother's Ultimate Hybrid Ceramic Detailer, and Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Detailer. So yeah, like I said, it has been 7 weeks since we applied them. And what we've done is the panel has sat outside in the sun, in the wind, in the rain. It's been getting bird droppings, lizards, like geckos crawling all over it, all sorts of weather. It's summer here in Brisbane, obviously, so we've had lots of rain, lots of hot days, and it's kind of done pretty well. So every week we bring it back in just like we are now and we give it a wash, a rinse, and we see how they're looking. So basically at the start of the test, what I really was trying to find out was if we apply these products on top of the coating and they start to wear off like they are here, will it actually mask the behavior of the water, like of the ceramic coating? So that's the ceramic coating there. And if we look at it in the other sections, it's basically untouched. It's not, the water behavior in those sections hasn't degraded as the products themselves have. As you can see them at the bottom here where they're not on top of the coating, they are now slowly sheeting and some of them are basically completely gone. So it basically answered the question pretty quickly. Also, we did a slickness test and found that the products all added a fair bit of slickness to the ceramic coating, which is not slick at all. The slickest being the CarPro Elixir. And then if that's your main thing, you want it to be slick and you don't want it to mask the water behavior of the coating, CarPro Elixir is the winner because it's also about in, I'd say, second place or first place for price. But we're just going to give it one more wash and we're just going to, yeah, a last wash, see if anything, whoop, panel is falling off my stand, I didn't really sit it on too well. See if anything has changed, but basically they're all starting to wear off at the bottom. And at the top, same sort of thing. So let me just quickly lift this back on. I'm just going to put the camera down, fix up my panel because it's slightly falling off my stand, and we'll rinse off that CarPro Reset. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. So now we're going to rinse this off. So you can see anywhere that the top section was looking a little bit worn, it was just some dirt on top. So we've washed that off. That's now looking great. And the bottom section, basically, we watch that. You can see just how slow they're all sheeting off. So yeah, it looks like the Meguiar's and the Mother's in first and second. But like considering that's 7 weeks and those still sheeting that water off, it's pretty surprising for just a quick detailer. The Lithium still also coming in third. That's been really strong so far throughout this whole test. And there's the Geon. still somewhat there. CarPro, basically gone. So the fact that the CarPro is gone at the bottom, which means it's gone at the top, you assume, with no water masking, as it looks like this at the bottom, it's not doing that on top of the coating. So that's a pretty good sign, which means I think I'm just going to end the test. So yeah, like, there's no real need for me to go through all of the things that I do, but let's just quickly mist over. Gives us a good indication that at the top here, you watch the way the water is running straight off. It's not sticking at all in any section. It shows me that we're not getting any water masking. They all look the same. So yeah, answered my main question. If you look at the bottom, so you can see a clear difference. So you can see that when they are on the coating, they are all bonding. And yeah. So there we go. Firstly, I just want to say that is why I like ceramic coatings. You don't have to top it with anything really, because there's the untopped section. Look how good that is. That's why I like ceramic coatings over sealants and waxes generally. But they aren't the slickest, so the fact that you can then top them with one of these and make it nice and slick is a big plus. So yeah, these three products in the end pretty much could use as base protection and get pretty good life out of them. I mean, especially if your car is garaged. So I can see that some of these are better than some of the spray sealants that I've tested, which is pretty surprising because they all actually have their own spray sealants, which I've tested 2 of so far, the Mothers and Maguires. Both those did really well in my sealant test. Lithium, I do have their spray sealant to actually try out in a future test. And yeah, Geon, we haven't tested out their sealants yet. We've just tested out the Quick Detailer, but the CarPro we did, and I'm not a fan. So yeah, pretty much what I needed to go over with the test. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna sit down, kind of wrap up my thoughts on which you should get. So as for slickness, like I said, CarPro, if you're a big fan of your panel feeling or your paint feeling really slick when you're washing it, when you're drying it, the CarPro was by far the slickest. Geon was about in second and Lithium was about third. Mothers and Maguires weren't the slickest. So if that's a big thing to you, personally it's not to me, then those two probably won't be your favorites. I'd probably go with the CarPro or the Geon. And I do have the prices of each of them written down so I can go over. So basically, because we're not really worrying about the base protection, the fact they all lasted a little bit, CarPro was definitely the first to start to fail. So it is $23 for 500 mils. These are all Australian prices. So $23, it's pretty cheap, 500 mils, it's gonna last you a long time. So if you just do that once a month or once every second or third wash, reapply and use that as your drying aid, you're really going to not have any issues with that price and with that product. Makes the paint nice and slick, like I said. So that's pretty much in my sort of top pick, but it is known to be a little bit streaky. I've used it once on my black Evo. I did get a little bit of streaking. I did see it because I had it out. It was like a perfect sort of day for applying it, where it wasn't harsh sunlight, but it was enough sun coming through that I could see the streaky areas, and it did seem to wipe off, but it was a product that I found to be a little bit streaky. The Geon, I didn't really have that issue with, and that one is going to set you back $25 for 400 mils. So it's more expensive than the CarPro in a smaller bottle, and it lasts a little bit longer as base protection, but again, no real difference between them when they're on top of the coating. The Lithium, that one is $35 for 473 mils, so a little bit more expensive, but I will say that one, when I did apply it to a car, the gloss that gave, it's worth trying out, I'll say that. I'll say if you want to try one of these and you want to just try something a bit different, I'd say grab that Lithium, give it a try. It's expensive. You compare it to the first two, and it's in a smaller bottle compared to the Mothers and Maguires, but when I did use it, I was pretty impressed with how good it made the paint look. It was a noticeable difference. I had multiple people comment on it, asking if I just polished the paint again or something. It was on the red Evo that we have. So yeah, I'm a fan of that, but comparing to these, it is on the expensive side, and it does sit in the top 3 for base protection, but that's again not what we're really comparing. The Mothers is $35 also, so the same price, but it's a 710 ml bottle. So a fair bit more product there. And then lastly, the Meguiar's, the one that seems to be the longest lasting as a base protection, and is actually $40. So the most expensive, but it's the biggest bottle, so it's 770 mils. So it's almost double the size of the Geon and a little bit cheaper than double the price. So yeah, it's basically up to you guys. I'm not going to really say which one is winning in this test. Personally, out of them, I'm the most keen to continue using the Meguiar's because, like I said, I don't really care about the slickness, but I do like how easy it is to use. I didn't seem to see many issues with people getting streaking. The Mothers also, so basically I'm not going to buy any more quick detailer for my ceramic coated cars for quite a while because I've got all these bottles to get through plus some other products, but I'd say that one that I'll be probably continue using for a little bit on the black car, which is mine, is going to be the Meguiar's. I'll probably continue using the lithium on my wife's red Evo. So yeah, it's basically up to you guys. The test is just basically showing what will happen and which one is, I wanted to really see if any of them mask the behavior, which they haven't. Then I just thought, let's see how they all sort of last as base protection, which really doesn't matter because you're going to have your spray sealant, wax or coating as your base protection. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with all of them. So I mean, it's up to you guys, whichever one you'd like to use. So moving forward, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to spray some degreaser onto this. I'm going to try and strip what's left of the products off the coating, strip off the writing where I've written down which each product is, and then I'm going to wash this again. I don't want to really affect the coating too much. I'm going to sit this back outside. I'm not going to go straight into it, but soon I will do another test comparing some other products. So let's just see what we've got here. I want to try out, so I'll put them down here. I want to put Bead Maker. What else have I got? NV Boost. And have some more here, let me see. Adams Graphene Detail Spray. Art to Shine Bio Nano Pro Quick Detailer. And I think, yeah, we've got maybe one more we can chuck in there. We got Platinum Potions Quick Detailer. So we're going to try those in a future test if you guys are keen to see them. But for now, I have my next test on the other panel that I want to start. I don't want to do two of these panel tests anymore. It's just too much work to try and make sure I can wash and film the videos for two different panels every single week. So these will be tested in the future. I may change out some of these products and not end up using them. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So basically, that's the end of this test. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It was something that I was more curious to find out for myself. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about that next test that I showed, if that's something you guys would like to see, or are we about done with testing toppers for a ceramic coated panel? Just that before I strip this coating off, I figured it's easier if I to strip the products and see if you guys are keen to watch that. But yeah, that's going to be it. So with that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.